Hi friends and family, thanks for joining me today. If you're new to my channel, I welcome you to Bella Rose Paper Garden. So in this video, I want to show you these journals that I have finally completed, and they're listed in my Etsy shop. I have been working on these for about 3 weeks, plus other journals. So let me show those to you. So this is actually my second video I'm making today, that I'm filming today. My first video that I did was the snowman theme journals. I have 3 of these, so if you're a snowman fan, I invite you to watch the video after you watch this one. So that one's done, and then my final video that I'm going to film today are these Christmas journals, and there's going to be 2 of those. And then with this one, I'm going to show you a preview of the next project I'm working on. If you're a strawberry shortcake fan, then I invite you to watch this video. Okay, so let's get started. So I do want to state, like I did in the first video, I do have some music in the background. It's instrumental music, Christmas, just to give us an ambiance. And there's a fan on my floor, so you may hear some humming because it's really hot in this kitchen. So I need that fan. So excuse any humming, but I didn't hear it in the first one. And also in the first video, it was about 16 minutes long, so I invited you to those. I thought it was going to be a lot longer, like 30 minutes, but it was only 16, and I say only. I try to keep my videos 15 minutes or shorter. Invite you to get something to drink or eat and then come back. Okay, so let's get started. So I do have 3 of these to offer. I have one 7x5 and I have 2 6x4. And all these images are from KB and Friends, and she is an Etsy seller, and I just love her stuff. I made some spring journals that I used from her digitals. And so check it out. I've got it posted below, and I also have my Etsy shop below. And so let's get started on this first one here. And they're all going to be basically the same. Again, I try to make them the same and then different, so that way every individual will have something that's special, that it's different. This one has a large tag in the back in a pocket. This one doesn't have a tag. And I think everything else is, the tabs are the same. The charms, I put charms on the end. Those are going to be different, except for, I think there's a, maybe, no, I think those are going to be different. Okay, the charms will be different. They do have pom-poms on the sides. Okay, and if you're a crafter, if you like to make journals, I'll give you some information how I made these. So I'm going to go ahead and put these 2 aside, and they're listed as, oh, this one's listed as, I believe, Santa Christmas Journal 7x5. I give you the dimensions, and then these are listed as Santa and Christmas Journals 1 and 2. Okay, so put that aside, and we'll come back to that. So they do have a seam binding crinkled yellow ribbon. They're not glued, so you can glue it if you want to, or you can use a different ribbon if you want. I did print these on semi-gloss paper, and then I use a 2-way tape, a thick one, a wide one, to adhere it to cardstock. I used a really thick cardstock. I made one and it was a flimsy cardstock, so I made a different one. So I went through my stash and tried to find the really thick ones, because I used paper. So maybe if you print it on a heavy cardstock, then you won't need such a thick cardstock. So that was, what I did different. I used a wax thread. So one signature, I used wax thread to bind them all together. And I also did, some of them I have washi tape that I put just for extra strength or just for interest. Okay, and I think there's 35 pages. I can't remember, but I should say in the listing how many pages there are. Also included are extras, and so here oh, you know what? I filmed this earlier, so I took it out. I'm gonna go ahead and put it back in, but this is like my 3rd or 4th time filming this video because I kept messing up. I kept forgetting information. So anything I forget, it's gonna be below, okay? The sun's gonna probably disappear in a couple of hours, so I gotta get going. Let me see. Let me go ahead and put this back here. So we're gonna pretend that it was there, okay? Okay, so this is the front page here, and this one I designed. So I did design lots of labels and journal cards and tags. So that took me like a week to do that for all of the journals. So that was a little bit time consuming, but it was a lot of fun. And some of the images are also from other Etsy sellers or from online. Okay, so I glued that on there. I left this blank, so if you want to put a photo or glue something else here, you can. Okay, and then here's a journal card that I created, a tag and a card. And this has little, you can't see it because it's the bright light, but there's some little swirls. And I like to layer the pieces, so there's faded images on here just to give it some interest. And I tried not to decorate too much. The recipient can decorate. Usually I'll decorate the pockets, but I left that blank because I'll show you the extras you'll get you can use to decorate. Okay, and then I've got some journal cards, either paper clipped or in pockets. That cute snowman and Santa. Then here's a gift tag that I put a little pom-pom here where the hole is, and you can move him. Put Santa in a different place. You can glue him somewhere else. But I just like to put things at the top because we like, a lot of people like things that stick out at the top and on the sides. Okay, and there's a mixture of different papers that are vintage and new. And here's a envelope here that you can put stickers, mementos, photos here. Plenty of places for writing. If you don't want to write in your journal, some people I've heard do not want to write in their journal, so they just get you can get another piece of paper, a note paper, a little piece of stationery, and just washi tape it to your pages. Okay, and this is the tab on the envelope here, used as a tuck spot. And here's a couple of cardstock images that I made, and it has fade. Again, these have faded. This one has a music note. You can't see it. And Santa with a sleigh. This is like, I think, part of a tree. I'm trying to find the light here, or away from that light. But you'll be able to, in real life, you'll be able to see the images. And then here's Santa and the kids sleeping under their quilt. And here's just a journal card. Okay. And more papers. This one's a vintage paper. There's Santa. I love this vellum paper. And then this one has a ticket that I glued on there, and it's got a Santa charm. Okay, and then here's a paper clip that I just glued all the elements together, and this flips open, so places for writing or photos. And here's the, made that into, I didn't decorate this, so you can decorate the flap here. And then here's a library card that I made, and another journal card that I designed. It's a cute little Santa in the mug. Okay, and then we're gonna go through the goodies in here after this. And here's a journal card that I designed. So you can write here. Put photos here. And here's a candy cane here. Okay, and papers, so the same papers. And then here's a journal card that I designed. Let's go shopping. And then here's a cute little Santa hat I glued to the corner. It's a vintage music sheet and ads from a magazine. Okay, and then this pocket has a tag that I designed, and a journal card, and then this one I just cut from a heavy cardstock and put a rickrack and a baker's twine. Okay, and then the goodies that's included. The little extras here that you can use to decorate your journal, or you can use it in other journals or other places, or if you want to make a card. So there's stickers. If it's a sticker, it has an S, or I wrote sticker on there. Otherwise, it's just a cardstock. So you'll get lots of different labels, images, little tags. Okay. Few of the things here. So what you could do with the labels, you can decorate your pockets with the labels. So you you can put the labels here to decorate them. And then for the cardstock or stickers, if it's cardstock, you can glue them onto a page or use them as a tuck spot. Just glue back, here's an L shape here. Use it as a tuck spot. If they're stickers, you can use them anywhere. You know, so lots of different uses. Okay. All right, so I'm going to put this aside and I'm going to go through the smaller ones. Okay, put you here. Okay, and then put that ribbon over there. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and open both of them. Okay, so this is going to be 1, so it's going to be listed as journal 1. And then this is journal 2, which, where is the 2? Okay, I lost the piece of paper. Anyway, well, I know this is 1, but I had number 2 somewhere. Okay, so the difference is just, you know, the papers. See how the papers are different? It's because I probably didn't have enough. Again, I had to use really thick paper for these. I think next time I'm going to print them on thicker cardstock. That way I don't have to use go and find some thick cardstock. But that's, so that's 1 and that's 2. Okay, so let's go ahead and do 1. Oh, here's, that's 1. Okay, this is 2. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we'll do 2. Okay. So here's some elements here that I created. And this is in the large one. So some of the journal cards and tags are the same, and some are going to be different. Okay, and some of the papers are the same. They're just cut smaller, or they're put in different, you know, order. I love these word search. You can actually do word search game in here. Okay, and then this one has, I think it's the same image as the other one. This is a tea-dyed index card. I think I'm losing my voice. Okay, here is a Santa charm. It looks like a cookie. I'll try to talk louder. Journal card. And this one, they both have these cards. They're just cardstock. You can put photos on here or notes. And then these are going to be a little bit different than the large one. But they have that same sticker, but I think the labels are going to be a little bit different. Okay. This has a milk bottle, a digital. This is a digital, so I printed it out. There's on each side here. I made a little journal card here. Papers, paper, and then the music sheets are going to be different, and then this one has a candy cane, a guest check that's vintage, okay, and a little Santa cap, and then journal card and tag that I created, that I designed. And then here's Santa. He's tired. Okay, so then this is number 1. So let's go through this really quick here. Okay, so like I said, the journal cards are going to be the same, and the tags. I think these are different in each journal. The little bingo image. So that's the same here. And then this one has a reindeer charm. This one says believe. And then I'll show you the other charm. Okay, this one I made a journal card here, but I used a ticket for the tab. And this one's an actual vintage milk bottle cap, a little one. And then there's a tree for your charm. These are all the same. And this one I used a milk bottle charm here. Not charm, milk bottle. What is that? Not a charm. tab. I can't think anymore. I can't talk anymore. Okay, so here we go. I'm just going through this really quick here just to show you. So basically the same here and here. All right. Okay, guys, thank you for joining me and watching, and I invite you to watch the next one. And if you have any questions, please post below. Thanks. Bye-bye.